run scrapers to pull permit data in certain zip codes off like county websites. I can upload that into the marketplace and sell it to other subscribers. Is that how I'm understanding it?
Oh, you're awesome. Yes, that's exactly how it works. So
Awesome.
we're figuring out the best way in reality to have everything intersect. That is one thing that I know we're figuring out, because it's confusing when everyone has different data and people need different things and people have different definitions to the data. But for you specifically, you can upload the data, and the thing that I think you can profit the most off of is people can skip trace to that data. They can subscribe to your database and then actually skip trace to it. So if you do that and it's up to date, there's a lot of people who need that info.
Yeah, I keep it. So I do it in real time, and I use HailTrace. Anytime a HailTrace notification sends a push notification, it triggers it to run and do RAG and compare their current client list with any of the storm events. So anyone that just got recently impacted, it'll trigger workflows to reach out and communicate to them. But with the permit data, it scores the lead way higher and reaches out to them first. So no, it's really powerful. I've been looking for a way to try to be able to scale that, because it's incredibly fast. But with the RAG functionality, you can go in and find every roof that hasn't had a permit pulled in 7 years or longer, and then you can get a highly targeted, high converting lead list. So
your stuff. Remember we're talking about enrichment. So this is Hail data. So HailTrace, I'm fully aware of, and a lot of people would come to me with the HailTrace data for the exact reason you're mentioning it. That the Hail is amazing, the mapping's amazing, but the information on HailTrace is old usually.
It's cold data. It's trash.
Yeah, trash. I was being polite, but
yeah.
So what we are trying to put together is not ready yet, but we can always make it faster if people jumpstart and spend some money for it. But the ability to map instantly what it is you're doing, because all HailTrace is a NOAA API of longitude and latitude. This one doesn't have it, but what's longitude and latitude? It's a point on a map, and what's a point on a map? It goes to a property address. Yeah, I mean, you can basically rebuild HailTrace pretty quickly with the system, where now you don't have to pay HailTrace. You can just connect the APIs to NOAA and stream the data in, because what we really sell at the end of the day is bandwidth. We provide you unlimited storage, because storage costs nothing. When we spend $10,000 a month on servers, 200 of it is for storage. The rest is for when you guys try to download and search and type in, I want the last name Brian, because I just think I'm going to be in the database, and people want to do weird searches that take forever. This costs money. I mean, not that it costs money, but we already pay the money. It's like we pay the power bill, and it's just distributing the power over different times and figuring out charges for people based on how they use it and when they use it. But everything you're talking about this is like Snowflake or Databricks, and then kind of how we're positioning it.
So Brian, we
really want to be able to do it live, because like you were saying with HailTrace, I've been looking at WeatherStack and their API, but it's too much like that. It's a small part of what I'm doing for my clients, but it takes too much work. But I think this is the solution that I need to really kind of expedite the HailTrace, integrating HailTrace functionality for my roofing clients without them having to pay. I mean, they're paying $12,000 a year for HailTrace if they get data.
Oh, that's the whole point. You can be HailTrace and offer for half the price, and then you're more sticky. Like now they're subscribed to your software and you're offering them additional services.
Yeah, HailTrace tried to. So I was working with them, and they tried to charge me $40K when they figured, because I was like, well, I'm just going to resell unlimited HailTrace accounts. You guys, I was like, if they're part of my agency, I can just give them a login. Y'all do that for roofing companies. I was like, every one of your clients has unlimited, sub accounts that they can create. And so I was basically just white labeling, reselling it, or trying to, and they were going to violate my user agreement. And I was like, screw this. So, and I was having to clean that data anyway. It was just a cheap data source. I was having to skip trace and clean it even further anyway, but that was way too much. This is literally everything I need. And I mean, a lot of people, man, I mean, all roofing and solar, anyone in home services, this is, I mean, literally a game changer.
Our vision case is, our vision is this, man. If we can have someone else invest in some of the technology that you can build yourself, that lets us refer people to you. So I built Advocate Data as a plug. 90 to 95% of people, and Lloyd, I'll get right to you after this. But
so the free plan gets you one database, and how many databases for each of the plans?
So the free plan actually gives you everything. Because
okay.
Download 100 just because I want people to be able to look through everything. But
yeah,
there's one of everything for the most part. And then on the $4.99, there's multiple things you get. So the first thing you get is all the traditional and classic databases. So they're public records that were skip traced. Businesses came from Secretary of State, and the homeowners came from the tax assessment records. So it's all fixed off of starting point. Custom databases, this is the 1, 2, 3, 10 that you get to customize. And the reason they're here is because this ID, the Shade 256, was on a website that they were on the website authorized.net. So people who the authorized.net user login portal, I use that as a keyword. I found 442,000 people. I mean, why? Because different merchant processors. If you use authorized, you might be in the market for more, and more about the market if you use authorized, not just Stripe. And then we also have a Stripe login. So if you actually no, this is people interested, people looking to start Stripe accounts. But it's unlimited.
Beautiful. Thanks for that. It's interesting because I'm also involved in this